stop this.
Let's talk about The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster.
Let's do this.
I want to make it known that I have not yet played the actual remastered version yet, but I have played the OG version that was released in 2020. While The Last of Us Part 2 was pretty divisive amongst its fan base, I personally liked most of it. The gameplay mechanics and the visuals were definitely a massive upgrade from Part 1 before its remaster, and I thought its story was pretty captivating at times with its revenge aspects of it, but ultimately feels you kind of wanting at times, and near the end just feels a little dragged on. What? I am not here to talk about The Last of Us 2 story, as that might just be a video for another day. Get on with it. So, does The Last of Us 2 even need a remaster?
Perhaps.
I guess.
Hopefully that's the kind of question we can answer today. I don't know how divisive this will be, but I'm hoping to at least maybe start a conversation amongst you guys. As I mentioned earlier, The Last of Us 2's graphics were already pretty good, and it was only released in 2020. In 2024, not even a whole 4 years later since it was released in June of 2020, there haven't been many graphical updates from what I could see. Now, you can go on YouTube yourself and look up graphical comparisons from the PS4 version and the upgraded remastered version. And from what I have personally looked at, I have not seen anything substantial. Sure, there's a couple of lighting upgrades and closer shots look a bit more clear, but other than that, it's not really looking too good. Now, I do know that that is not the full representation of the game, and so we'll kind of have to just figure out if the visuals will be even better outside of what we've already seen from comparison videos. Now, while the graphical department does not seem to be doing anything substantial, and we could pretty much bag on that all day, that is not really all that this remaster has to offer.
What else you got?
The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster is also offering things like a roguelike survival mode, some lost levels, DualSense integration, new outfits, and a guitar free play mode. Now, if you are into new outfits and cosmetics, that's awesome for you. From what I understand, you can get them from the roguelike survival mode, or even maybe from just playing the normal story. But personally, I've just never really been a cosmetics kind of person, but it is a pretty fun addition if you are interested. Now, the lost levels sounds like it could be pretty interesting. From what I understand, they are not full-on levels that could change the story in any way, but instead they are there to serve as sort of like a behind-the-scenes to cut content during the initial development of the game. Now, I don't know about you, but I have personally always been interested in behind-the-scenes things after watching a movie that I really liked, or even when I played games that had that kind of stuff in their menus, like God of War, or Mortal Kombat, Silent Hill 2, and even Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
When it was still good.
There is a guitar free play mode, and that sounds pretty interesting. This turns a little minigame that was in the 2020 version into a full mode that could show you a bit of a relaxing time from the normal gameplay. I'm sure to give Naughty Dog some credit here that the actual guitar playing mode may be fairly accurate. As someone who does not actually know how to play guitar, this would be a pretty fun thing to actually kind of get into. Maybe I can actually learn to play the guitar. Now, what's a game without immersion? If you're not immersed in the game, are you even really playing this game?
This virtual water is impressive. I think I can feel it splashing on my arm.
That's me. I'm spraying water on you to make the game more immersive. Is it working?
It's kind of making me have to pee.
Back when I played The Last of Us 2, I was already pretty immersed in the story, but I'm really hoping that DualSense integration really gives it a bit more oomph when I'm playing it. Things like haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers have worked really well with other games on PlayStation so far, and so I'm hoping it does the same for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. The Last of Us Part 1 Remaster actually had this feature and it worked really well in my opinion, so I'm just really interested to see how much they really integrate it in its sequel. Now on to the roguelike survivor mode. This mode sounds like the biggest reason for this remaster. Let's read what this mode is supposed to be like based on the PlayStation website. Experience deep combat via an entirely new mode. Survive as long as you can in each run as you choose your path through a series of randomized encounters, featuring different foes and memorable locations from throughout The Last of Us Part 2, all culminating in tense boss battles. Unique gameplay modifiers can offer new and unexpected challenges as you fight to succeed and survive in a host of different encounter types. Play as a variety of characters, including never-before playable characters like Dina, Jesse, Lev, Tommy, and more, each with unique traits to offer different playstyles and unlock skins for them as you progress to use in the mode. If those new outfits that they mentioned do have like different modifiers that give your character maybe a little bit of a different play style, then maybe I'll actually be a little bit more interested in those cosmetics. No Return seems like a fantastic time. It's a permadeath mode, so if you die during the encounter, you will lose all your progress. That means you'll lose all the weapons, items, any upgrades that you may have made up until that point. I do like the idea of being able to play from different areas of the campaign and being able to play as a lot of different characters. I just want to give my boy Joel some time to shine. RIP to you, buddy. And to top that all off for this mode, there are also 4 different challenge types that you can do for each run. I used to actually watch some videos where people would just go beast mode on the story for different encounters, where they would just take out groups of enemies with just such precision and speed and just doing it all without even taking damage. This just seems like a really good opportunity for you to be like that in your own way, and I'm here for that.
Come out and fight!
Now for the crux of the matter. Does this game need a remaster? In the sense of visual fidelity and frame rate, no. Absolutely not. If you didn't know, The Last of Us Part 2 already actually had a patch that allowed people to play at 60 FPS, so players have actually been able to do that for a while now. And from a visual fidelity standpoint, it's just not substantial enough. However, the other features such as lost levels and the roguelike survivor mode do seem to be the best things that this remaster does have to offer. With the game only being $50, I would say that this is a great time to get the game if you've never purchased it or played it at all before. But if you do actually already have the game, there is an upgrade path. It is $10, which to me is pretty fair. Naughty Dog could have easily made The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster a solo release with no upgrade path, so I do believe that this was a pretty good move on their end. I am personally going to get the remaster via the upgrade path and just kind of test the game out myself once it's released. If you've never experienced the game because you've heard of how divisive it is, then I would highly recommend that you get the game and try it out yourself while it does have the extra features. Because in the end, you're going to make your own decisions and you're going to have your own thoughts on the game. These are my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered before its release. I am making this video before the remaster's release, so if you would like me to make a review on The Last of Us Part 2 as a whole, then please leave a comment below and I'd be happy to try and work that out for you guys. Also consider hitting a like on this video as it always helps with the algorithm, and maybe even hitting that subscribe button for more awesome videos. But until then, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye bye!